Hello everyone, in this video, I am going to explain you the concept of multi-factor authentication. In the previous video, we have learned about the concept of authentication versus authorization. So as per the definition of our authentication, we are validating the users in the concept of authentication. So user will enter his own username and password, and whether it is correct, then user will get access to particular account. That is called as a authentication. So here in case of multi-factor authentication, we are verifying the user based on two or more verification factor. This is the one factor that we are following, that is username and password. Whenever we are doing a transaction in our online account, in our banking account, that time we are entering the username and password for our security purpose. And in the second step, it will ask for OTP on your mobile. So that is called as a second factor of your authentication. So in case of a multi-factor authentication, if user will be verified with the two or more verification factor and they will gain access to particular resources, that is called as a multi-factor authentication. And that is also used for strong identity and access management policy, that is IAM. And that is the core component of IAM policy. So this multi-factor authentication is very important for achieving the security to our online accounts. Now you can check in this diagram in case of multi-factor authentication. In the step 1, username and password will be entered by the user. So here the user's identity will be checked. And now the OTP will be sent to your phone on registered phone number. If the PIN will be entered by correct by the user, then second authentication will be also pass. In the third authentication, the fingerprint will be verified. If it is succeed, then third factor will be also successfully completed. And then user will get access to your particular account. So here we have considered these three things together. That is, first one is we are identifying the user. The second one is user is entering the PIN number, and the third one is user is entering their own fingerprint sensor. So here this is called as a three-factor authentication. That's why it is called as a multi-factor authentication. Now you can see in this diagram there are three authentications mechanism. That is something you are, something you know, and something you have. So here, first of all, user is entering their own username and password. That is called as a something you know. In case of something you are, if suppose user is using their fingerprint scanner for identifying itself, then in the third case, user is using their own RFID badge for identifying themselves, then this is called as a third factor authentication. So here, in case of a multi-factor authentication, there is any combination of all these factors together and the person's identity will be checked. That is called as a multi-factor authentication. So here we are using own password, then PIN number, then our fingerprint, retina pattern, voice scan, face recognition, then on the mobile devices we can get OTP. So these are the all factors we are considering together to avoid the brute force attack. So with the help of this concept, the brute force attack will be overcome with the help of this technique, that is multi-factor authentication. So these are the steps that are involved in the multi-factor authentication. The first of all, user will enter their own login name and password. In the second step, once the user will enter their own login name and password, the OTP will be sent, code will be sent on the registered mobile number of their user. And whenever the user will enter that particular code, then They are trying to access the resources. So access will be provided by the system. So in the second authentication method, if they are accessing the resources, the OTP will be sent to their phone call, their text, and using the mobile app. So this is regarding to the multi-factor authentication.